Well, good afternoon and welcome back to the Little French Homestead. My name is Sherry, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. Today's video is about kitchen hacks. Those fun little tips and tricks that can make cooking easier and faster, and hopefully your cleanup a little bit more fun. They're all about making the most of your time and resources in your kitchen, so here are my top 10 hacks. To prevent your cutting board from moving and keeping your fingers safe, you are going to want to place a dampened towel, paper towel, or a dish towel under your cutting board so that it doesn't slip or move while you are cutting. Honey. If you have honey that has been crystallized, because maybe you're up north right now and your house is super cold, you want to go ahead and warm it up in some hot water and it will turn back into liquid form. Just be careful. The honey does get warm and pop that lid so your honey can breathe. You enjoy fresh green onions for that delicious dinner you just made? Well, they can last for several months or more. Here's how. Rinse them off in cool water and peel off any yucky pieces. You will want to go ahead and keep them in cold water and change the water every couple of days. Maybe change your vessel if it gets too dirty. I store mine in a kitchen, in the corner of the kitchen, out of the way. And I usually use kitchen scissors to go ahead and cut up the tips to top off your dish. You know, I love cooking pasta for my family. Mac and cheese is one of our favorite meals here in this house. I make it a lot. But I hate it when I am in the middle of cooking dinner and I have so many things going on. Maybe I'm talking to a child and then I realize that my pot is about to boil over. You know, if you place a wooden spoon across the top, it will prevent it from boiling over. The spoon physically breaks the bubbles that carry the steam and the heat. It causes disruption on the surface tension and will cause the steam to condense and collapse the bubbles and prevent the foam overflowing. Now, do you see stains on your wooden spoons? Or do they have an odor from like the last time you cooked something? If you soak your wooden spoons in vinegar overnight, you can remove old stains and smells. But remember though, do not put them in the dishwasher. They will crack faster. I have some delicious romaine lettuce here, but you want to make sure that you keep these longer in the refrigerator. Make sure you wash them thoroughly, get all those little bugs and dirts off, but then wrap them up in a damp paper towel and then a Ziploc bag. I can keep them for almost 2 weeks like this. I also make it easier for myself, especially during meal prep time at the beginning of the week, or if I happen to get lettuce fresh like this, especially from my dad, but he doesn't have any right now. I usually make like sandwich lettuce that we use for our sandwiches. And then I have salad lettuce. So I'll use my salad spinner here to get all of that extra water off my lettuce. And then I wrap it up still in a damp paper towel. And I throw that also in a Ziploc bag. And I mark the two so then that way the people who are using know which one is which. You want to press any extra air out of those bags. You want to keep them as fresh as possible. Does your microwave look like this? Mine did. So I found this great hack to Clean your microwave easily. Get a microsafe bowl. Add water about halfway up in your bowl. You want to add some fresh lemon juice, or because I pre-make my lemon juice in advance, I have these wonderful lemon cubes that I keep in my freezer. I just put them in a ice tray and I stick them in the freezer. When they are frozen, I will take them out and then put them in a Ziploc bag. What you're going to do here is then stick them in the microwave. You see that wonderful steam coming off, usually about 3 to 5 minutes. Because the hot steam and that citric acid, it cuts through the grime and it can help loosen any stuck on food and grease. Then what you're going to want to do is get a damp sponge and a paper towel, and you're going to clean all of that off. If you happen to need to dampen your sponge because maybe it got a little dirty, go ahead and do that. But wipe it all down, and your microwave will have a fresh lemony smell. But don't forget to wash that microwavable plate too. Just also be very careful when handling that microwavable plate. I have broken many in my days, and they are very difficult to replace because most companies do not sell the plate individually. And since this is a over the range microwave, it is very difficult to get a plate. I mean, you'd have to get maybe like on eBay or Craigslist or post something in your community to find one down. This is also a great way to keep the smell always out of here. You could probably do this maybe about once or twice a month just to make sure it all stays clean. So for the 8th hack, you want to make sure that you have a really, really great pair and sharp pair of scissors. Now, these are excellent in the kitchen for cutting meat or cutting your green onions to top your delicious dinner. Make sure you always dishwash them, okay? The 9th one, you are going to go ahead and get a microwavable bowl, throw some butter in that, throw that in the microwave. But wait, you'd want to make sure you cover that. You don't want the splashback that butter can make all inside of your microwave. So you can either use the butter topping or you can use a paper towel. Then you'll set that in the microwave and you won't have that splashback. So just before you saw me clean my microwave and you saw all that grunge, that's what that was from. Somebody in the house wanted to have butter on their popcorn and made a mess. I said, don't clean it. I'm doing this video. For a delicious whipped cream for that decadent dessert, you're going to want to put this metal bowl in that freezer for about 15 to 20 minutes. You want to make sure that that cream stays as cold as possible, allowing that fat to solidify and effectively trap air bubbles. This will give you a much fluffier whipped cream. You will see here in just a few seconds when I go to scoop them out, it is divine. So I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to come into your home today. If you like this video and want to see more, please like, share, but most importantly, go ahead and subscribe. Click that notification bell and place some of your favorite hacks in the comments to share. But most importantly, keep on cooking. Bye.